This is chapter 3. Dang it, my hands are probably in that.
Oh, it's fine.
Alright, so in this one, we start with Harry. Dang it, why does the markers never draw well when I need them to?
Hold on, I can go on a mission to get my marker. Do I see my marker? Do you want green or orange?
And he's asleep.
I'll go get another marker.
Or will... This is probably about as good as we're going to get.
I think the green one's probably better over there.
We'll see. Go get it.
I'll go get it. It's a mission. Well, green one's not going to be an option. This is part of the film.
Cole.
I've gotten all of
We
the
don't
markers.
need a 7-minute video like the. And so, start
Yeah, the title.
with our. That's not a lightning bolt.
I mean, if you saw my drawing of Harry Potter, it's pretty close.
So we start with sleeping Harry. He's just asleep. And but no, he's not in his bed. No, he's sleeping in a chair. So it's more like that. And there's a window here that he's kind of sleeping on. So Harry's asleep, and there's all these letters on his table. Well, not all letters. There's a few articles from the Daily Prophet, and they tell us what's new is going on in the Wizarding world. And then there's this pamphlet from the Ministry about safety now that they're finally admitting the Dark Lord is back. And then there's this little letter that Harry got from Dumbledore. And I believe that is the one that he's actually still clutching onto. And that's telling him that Dumbledore's going to come pick him up. So he's just waiting by his window to see if anybody comes. And then all of a sudden it just goes. And the Dursleys. These are the Dursleys.
That's an accurate size.
Vernon, Dudley, and Petunia. And they are all not happy to see Dumbledore. Because, as everyone knows, the Dursleys hate magic.
They're just not magical people.
But so Dumbledore comes, and he just kind of invites himself into their living room. So,
What an individual.
by the fire. And he starts talking to Harry. They figure out some stuff about Sirius's will, because he left everything to Harry. So they decide where Buckbeak's gonna go, and they figure out that Harry has inherited Creature. He just sends him to go work at Hogwarts. Creature was not very happy.
Poor little guy.
He was not happy. He didn't want to belong to Harry. He wanted to belong to Bellatrix.
What?
This is really not working. This is so long. There's so many gaps between words.
Yeah, we're in 5 minutes and 40 seconds now. Do we want to restart or?
Can we cut out some of the pauses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Dumbledore,
I want to make sure I don't run out of storage though.
he has a talk with the Dursleys about how they've been treating Harry, and reminds them about why they need to continue to house him until he turns 17, comes of age in the Wizarding world. And the Dursleys aren't terribly happy about it, but they're afraid of Dumbledore. So, for a theme for chapter 3, we have two major ones. That would be change and responsibility.
My favorite.
So, with all the papers we see in the beginning, the new rules and the news and the letter from Dumbledore, there's some change and responsibility there. The news shows a lot of change, and the letter from Dumbledore shows change, because if you remember the previous book, Dumbledore hardly had any contact with Harry at all. He wouldn't even make eye contact. So that's change. And the rule pamphlet that the ministry sent out that shows, a change in their attitude, and it also shows them starting to take responsibility for, keeping the wizarding community safe from Voldemort.
We all know ignoring a problem doesn't solve it.
And of course, there's when Dumbledore talks to the Dursleys about, what their responsibilities toward Harry are, and how, they haven't been fulfilling them properly. There's also the change when Dumbledore and Harry are kind of sorting out Sirius's will. They summon Kreacher to see if Harry's really inherited everything. And of course, Kreacher is not happy about the change.
School likes to eat glass.
And the Buckbeak too, and Dumbledore tells Harry that Grimmauld Place can't be the headquarters for a while because they're not sure if they weren't sure if it was compromised. But so there's all that change and talk of responsibility going on. That's it.
Boom. Okay.